welcome back to vlogging, my vlogs. It is Thursday the 6th of March and it's around, let's see, 12:18 p.m. So a bit of a busy morning, so starting the vlog here. What I've done this morning so far, had a slight lie-in because I was on night shift Monday, Tuesday, so a little bit tired. Got up, had a coffee, went and did some cardio, some mobility work. Back home, breakfast, meal one, and then I'm just back from the chiropractor and leaving shortly for some soft tissue work. Try to go to the chiropractor every 3 to 4 weeks, and soft tissue work is now every 2 weeks. It was 3, but with a few niggles and being in prep and training legs quite a lot, I've increased the frequency of that. Don't usually let them fall on the same day, but it's just what happened this time, so all good with that. And then later on today we'll be training legs, my mostly quad focused session, with a little bit of glutes in there as well, so I'll show you some of that. And the rest of the day around that will just be eating meals, getting steps done, and a bit of work if I have some time. The last time I vlogged, I think, was April last year, so we're almost a full year since the last time. I want to try and be consistent in this prep with vlogging, roughly once a week, depending on what day I vlog. That'll depend on work. You know, I like to vlog when I've got a full day off, so I can show you as much as possible. So what day of the week I do the vlog will depend on my rota. So we are, and I'm not completely committed to show dates because I do like to see how I come down, and I would rather do a show when I'm ready than push myself to be ready if I'm not going to be, if you know what I mean. So, but the dates that I've got in mind really do work out with my work rota, so it would be nice if I could stick to those, because obviously I do work some weekends, or for example if I'm working late on a Friday, it doesn't really suit me to compete that weekend, because especially if the show were to be a Saturday, because trying to get tan and all of that sort of thing, so it ends up narrowing down what weekends I can compete. So I'd like to try and stick to what the plan I've made, because that would be really suit, would really suit me. So if we go with the plan that I've made, I am just over 14 weeks out. It'll be 14 weeks on Sunday from the first show, and then the second show will be 17 weeks out this weekend. So a nice 3 weeks in between. I've never competed doing more than one show, so it'll be nice to see what that is like, and to avoid the back-to-back peak weeks, which I've heard people say that is a struggle, but if it had to happen I would do it. That's the rough plan. So been on prep almost 5 weeks. I've only, I say only because the scales don't really matter, but I've lost just over 4 pounds, which doesn't seem like a lot in 4.5–5 weeks, but the look is drastically different. I feel leaner, I look leaner, and I'm still maintaining, if not progressing, in the gym, which I think is important, because you don't want to sack off all your muscle. A prep is a marathon, not a sprint, so I feel that slowly chipping away is better than going balls to the walls, killing yourself and losing all strength and possibly then some muscle. So that's how we're going. At the moment we've been having weekly either refeed or off plan, but it's something healthy like sushi, and the body seems to respond quite well to that. I feel quite full the next day in terms of my muscles, and then the weight is still dropping off. So we're on a new low weight today of 173 pounds. I was 118 pounds on stage in 2021, so you know, it's a big difference. So I'm very intrigued to see what the stage weight will be this year. Plans for competing: I plan to compete in wellness. I did bikini the last time I competed in 2021. Then have been training towards figure since that time, because that's kind of where I thought I wanted to be. So my upper body has grown really well. It's very responsive to training. Legs fall a bit behind. I think just, it's more quads I'm talking about. The back of my legs do grow well. I think quads, I struggle with growing them because of a few reasons. I used to hate training them, so I think when you don't enjoy training something, you don't put as much effort in or make it as difficult. And I also have long femurs, which I think means, in my opinion, if you've got longer bones, you've got longer muscle bellies, it is harder to grow them. As well as just them being genetically not as responsive and therefore probably needed a bit more attention in terms of volume and time spent training them. So I've started training very leg focused since September. And then about a month ago we stopped training upper body because even with just pump sessions it was blowing up. And obviously for wellness, yes, you need to have an upper body, but you want your lower to be the focus. So I don't want to be upside down wellness. So we've stopped training upper body, still maintained all my muscle in my upper body, and really focused on legs. So I train legs 3 days a week. I do two quad and glute focus sessions, and then one session with some hamstrings as well, although they do get targeted with some of the glute movements that I do. And I'm really happy with how my legs are growing. Quads to me are still lagging behind, but they're better than they were, a lot better than they were. And everywhere else is still growing, so I'm happy with that. So I've already trained once this week on Monday, got another session today, and then I'll do my third session on Sunday. The plan is wellness, as I said, I'm hoping, but obviously I want to see how I come down because again, I obviously want to, look wellness. If not, I'll probably do bikini. I think it's easier to switch between the two in terms of practicing posing. If you buy a bikini, you'll be able to wear that for either. I do love figure, but I love wellness more, and I just feel like it's always what I've wanted to do. I just never felt I had the legs for it, but never really tried to get the legs for it, So finally in September I was like, actually if I put more time into legs, I can grow them, and I have done. So we'll just see how we come down and go from there. But wellness is the dream. So yeah, those two shows, I'd love to do a pro qualifier, but unfortunately I am working the UK pro qualifier. Obviously the UK would be the easiest for me to do because it's actually not far from where I live. I think it's in Bradford this year, the one that's close to my shows, which would be really handy, but I'm working, so there you go. There is one in Austria that I could do, but it's at the end of August and I'm not sure if I want to diet for that long. The other option is to go back into off season and do one like November. There are so many in Europe that I could do, so it's an option, and I'll think about it. But at the moment we'll just go with the two shows that I've chosen. Trying to think if there's any other updates. Just working away at work, same job as before, just moved to a different hospital than where I was at last time I vlogged. Slightly more senior now, so it's a little bit more stressful, a little bit more responsibility, but still, working away. And beyond that, myself and Cameron are working away at our coaching business as well, trying to put out content and getting clients and hopefully putting people through an enjoyable process of transforming their physique for whatever their goal is. So that's all really fun and interesting. Yeah, still training in Ultraflex, still living in Rotherham, and enjoying it. And yeah, I think that's really everything for now. So I will crack on because I need to leave soon for my soft tissue work, which I'm looking forward to, because with training legs 3 times a week, and because I do only train 3 times a week, whereas I used to do 5 times, I really do put myself through it in the sessions. They're very intense, as a training legs should be. So they really do take it out of me, and my joints are not happy. So I am doing a lot of mobility work. I stretch pre and post cardio, pre and post session, and if I have a day in the week where I'm not doing any gym stuff, I will still stretch. And I think that has really helped, as well as increasing the frequency of soft tissue work, because I've got a lot of niggles. I get, especially in the right leg, I've had knee pain in the past, my hip gets sore, my muscles get very tight on that side, and my quad has been giving me a lot of problems recently. However, it is a lot better. For a while it was waking me through the night and so on, but it's a lot better. So I'm using the cross trainer for cardio because the stairs are just a bit much, and still getting heart rate into like 160, so it works. I suppose stats, I haven't gone through what I'm doing for this prep. So at the moment, Food is 2.4-ish calories, 1,000 calories, and 2.2-ish, that's training day, rest day, which is pretty good. I think, although it is a drop of over 1,000 since on each day since I was in off season. So the body is noticing that. I'm hungry but not awful. Totally managing. I'm on 10k steps daily. Try to do some steps post meals for digestion on most days. And cardio is on 15 minutes every leg day, so that's 3 times a week, and 20 minutes on 2 rest days. And then I have 2 days in the week where I completely rest, and I think that's good just because of niggles that I have. If cardio has to go up, we'll obviously look at whether we increase the amount on those 5 days or whether we add another day, and I think that'll just depend on how my leg's feeling. Didn't say that I'm coached by someone different as well. I'm working with Winter Adams, who is a wellness pro, and she did compete at the Olympia as well in 2023. I was there the day that she got her pro card and won the pro show. So we've been working together since the 1st of December, so just over 3 months. Really enjoying the process, find her really easy to work with, really easy to talk to. She explains things very, very well in terms of why we're doing different things, and it is nice to work with someone who's doing the class and who does very well in the class that I want to do. But anyway, I've waffled on long enough, so I shall go and get ready for some soft tissue work, and we'll catch you a little bit later on. Hello everyone, so just arrived to the gym. It's 10 to 5, later than I wanted, but this always happens. So since I last saw you, I've been for soft tissue work, which was great. Quads weren't as tight as they had been before, so that is all good. I think my stretching mobility work obsessively every day is working. So yeah, that was helpful. I don't usually like to train on soft tissue days, but it's just the way it fell this week because of the night shifts I did, so we make the most of it. So I've done that, and I've had a very exciting call, signed up for my PT course, and then just had pre-workout and got ready for the gym. So here we are. As I said earlier, it's a quad focus session with some glutes, and I also will do some abs. So I'll start off with some steps, some abs, get into the leg session, and then some more abs to finish, some posing and stretching. And yeah, and then after the gym we'll have 3 meals to eat, and then we'll see where the evening takes us, but I'll show you some of the session. So this movement is normally second. This session was a bit out of order just because of other things being used. But this is hack squat. So I used to use the Gym Leco, but I've gone back to this. I used this about 6 months ago. This is the Atlantis, 3.5 plates per side for 11 reps, which I'm very proud of. Last week I did 3 plates per side for the same reps. I'm hoping to go up to 4 plates next week. I mean, 6 months ago I couldn't barely move 3 plates. I got about 6 reps and I was dying during it, so I'm feeling like strength has really increased, and I'm very proud of that. So yeah, dying on those last few reps, but not too awful. Next up we have some RDLs, dumbbell RDLs. This is the second set of 3. Having a bit of an exaggerated knee bend because I'm really trying to target the glutes with this movement. If you want to target the hamstrings, you would be having your legs a lot straighter. But this movement really is for my glutes, so I want to sit back into it, and I probably could sit back even a little bit more. Dumbbells down just below the knees and then back up again. Yeah. Then the most hated movement of the session, Bulgarian split squats on the Smith. This is the last set of 3 sets. So the lightest weight here. So I do 2 sets of 10 to 12 per leg, and then a set of 15 to 20. This is quad focused, so knees right over the toes. If it were glute focused, we would be sitting back into the back leg and backwards into the movement. But yeah, really quads, as I've said before, are a weakness, so this session really focuses on the quads. I do some leg extension in this session as well. I just haven't shown that here. And then, as I said, there's some glute movements in this as well. We've done the RDL. I've shown the RDLs, and we've got some more coming up.
This is to be quad focused. This is the top set of 3 sets, 6 plates per side. The most I've done on this machine is 7.5 plates per side. But with prep, I'm just feeling like we might get back there. I've only recently moved back onto this machine. I was using the hip press, but because of my injuries and my hips being tight, I just found it a bit of a battle and had a lot of sort of hip pain and stiffness afterwards, and just find that I can move my hips a bit more freely on this machine. It's not as compacted. So yeah, we've switched back to this. So this is the heaviest I've gone. This is only the 2nd week I've switched back to the Cybex. Again, 3 sets were done here as well. And then finally we have glute kickbacks. This is actually a rest pause set, but I've just shown you the first section of that. So trying to get about 12 reps, rest for 10 seconds, and then trying to get about 5 more reps. Weight went up on all 3 sets of this, so I didn't quite reach the rep range, which is fine because then we've got somewhere to go next week in terms of increasing reps before we would look to increase the load. Really do feel that burning in the upper glute on this, so it's I really used to hate this movement because it hurt my lower back, but I've fixed my form and not so much anymore. Oh, so it's 7:30 p.m, 3 meals to go. That session absolutely took my soul. It was a really good session, but by the end I was flagging a bit, just tired, hungry, and quads were smoked. It was all completely out of order because just machines I needed weren't available when I needed them. Some people seem to need to do about 100 sets on some things, but anyway, we'll not get into that. But yeah, the only things I didn't show you abs. Did 2 ab movements for 3 sets each, and I also did leg extension, but I didn't like the angle of the filming, so I haven't put that in here. I did posing, but I'm not showing you that either because I don't like the way I look at the minute doing it. So I'm sure as I get leaner I will show you that. I am starving, so I'm ready to go home, get some food in. My post-workout meal is chicken, rice and veg with a little bit of low sugar sweet chilli, and then we'll see where the evening takes us. I have some steps to do, but only about 2.5k, so not too bad for the rest of the evening. Still a bit tired after those night shifts, so maybe do some chilling. We'll see. Alright, so it's just gone 9:40 p.m. So since getting home from the gym, I've had my post-workout meal. I finished my steps and I've had another meal. So I've got 1 meal left to go, which is yogurt, granola, berries and almond butter, one of my favourite meals. So I've saved it as a nice treat pre-bed. So just gonna chill on the sofa, watch some TV with Cam, and then get that last meal in a bit. Hopefully get a decent sleep tonight. Off tomorrow again, which is nice. Got the dentist, which I hate. Rest day tomorrow, and then working Saturday, and then Sunday will be check-in day and another leg session. Thank you everyone for watching. I'm hoping to keep these as regular as possible. If there is anything anyone would like covered in these vlogs, anything particular that I do with the day, particular exercises, anything at all, just either comment on this or you can message me on Instagram. And please like, subscribe, share and all of that business, and I will talk to you soon.